Y'all started this conversation.
You're right.
I want to talk about that.
Hey, this is the song on the album.
So have you had some bad experiences yourself, like when it comes to PTSD in the past?
Yeah, I have in the past.
Like what?
They just don't deliver.
Do you tell somebody?
How can a man not deliver?
No, you don't tell them. Huh?
Why are you looking at me like that?
How can a man not deliver?
Correct.
A lot of men just have you talk a lot of like big talk. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And then you get in the bedroom and you be like, that was not what I thought it was going to be.
Right, you be mad.
But thanks, God bless you. Tell your mama I said, hey, I'm out. Like, I'm a woman, I'm a full grown woman. And you have to take good care of me in every way, not just sexually. You got to stand up and be able to take care of me and protect me and cover me, deliver. And
we can't stand up and have no sex. My
yes, you can.
I've been working all day and then you want me to come over and hold you up?
You need to start
doing
some
work
squats.
out?
Yes.
Well, then you should be able to hold her up.
For how long?
That depends on
that depends on you. You know what's really the most disappointing thing is when a guy looks good, right? And you're like, wow, that looks like an amazing. We call it like a museum.
We're listening to Fantasia right now.
But then he
on the Breakfast Club.
It sounds like a Me Too conversation. I feel like I'm a little awkward.
Wait,
here.
are we talking about you?
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So did you ever stay with a guy and say, you know what, I'm gonna try to help him? A lot of times guys just don't know because they
in love. Of course, it ain't gonna be good. You have to be invested in that person. It has to be, you know what I mean? Because it's more than just laying down having sex.
Right.
We have to connect in a certain kind of way. So that's why it ain't good. You ain't in love. Right. You're just trying to get yours.
Yeah, sex. I think especially for women, I don't know if men are as emotionally connected to sex as we are.
No.
But for us, it's way better when we're like, oh my God, I love him.
Sex is better for everybody when you're in love.
It's the same. It's good when you have sex with somebody that you love. Oh my God, I love her. Why can't guys do that? Guys can't be emotional. Guys can't be connected. Huh?
Maybe you don't really count this conversation. You've been married for too long.
You're right.
How long you been married?
18 years.
Whoa. That's what's up.
25.
Okay. What's the key?
One, the woman's always right. That's the number one thing.
He ain't doing that with us today, though.
Number two is communication.
Yeah.
A lot of that. And number three, a lot of forgiving on the woman's part.
You got to forgive your man.
Hey, listen, I'm just listening to this Breakfast Club thing. I said, rather than me just listening to it by myself, maybe some of you haven't heard it because I'm not editing this video. I'm just listening. We can listen together. All right. You can hear it, right?
Always right. That's pretty much what it is. The woman is always right.
Okay.
And that's it.
What about prayer?
Prayer.
Okay, together.
Every morning, wake my wife up and pray with her before.
That's what's up.
No, I respect that. Let me hear your prayer.
I respect that.
No,
He'd be like, God is good. God is great.
Particular prayer is Heavenly Father. Thank you for what we have. We what we're grateful for. We're thankful for.
You believe that the people on this morning show pray each morning?
We want another child. Have 5 kids. We want another child. So we're like, God, help us with having this other child. It was meant to be. We would love to have another child.
Okay.
I'm looking for a new home. Heavenly Father, help us with this home.
All right,
help
come
me
on,
with me
man.
when I'm traveling. Make sure I get to work back and safely. Make sure my kids are good every day.
Be flowing.
That's what I do every day. Every morning.
I salute
At 4:30 in the morning, I wake my wife up and we pray.
Real talk.
You should get up a little earlier than that so you can get to work on time.
See how she keep trying to come. She coming for you. But no, real talk. I salute that.
Yeah, every morning.
Because we need more of that. You know what I mean? We need more men to stand up and lead the way. Most women are trying to be the leader. That's why you can't find a man. You can't be the king in the house. Fall back and be the queen and let your man lead the way. So I salute you for that.
What does that mean? You can't be a leader because a lot of women look at that like, no, I can lead in my household. I can do this in my household. What does that mean?
That's not how it's supposed to be, and that's why we bump heads. And I feel like it's a generational thing. And we could talk. We can go real deep on that. And I don't need to start that, but it's a generational curse, and how society have placed our men, and women have to stand up and be the mother and the father and the provider. And so then now you are so bad, you can't be told nothing, that when the right man come, you lose him because you're trying to be the man. I was going to say,
right,
man.
Can we be equal?
Oh, of course. But see, at the end of the day, I'm the neck, my man's the head. So he can't make any moves without his wife. You know what I mean? It all works together. But you can't be the head of the house. You got to let the man be the head of the house. But it's a generational thing, and it's what we've been taught. To stand up, be strong, be the, you know what I mean? And a dude come and everything about you is like a man.
Sometimes we have no choice, though.
But that's what I was saying. It's a generational thing, and it's what society has. They do that on purpose.
So you think women have to fall back a little for their man? Is that what you think?
You have to learn how to submit. You can still be a queen. Queen plays a part. The king needs his queen.
Mm-hmm.
It's certain things that he can't see that we see.
Some people would say the queen is the most valuable piece on the board.
Come on, anybody play chess?
Yeah.
Okay. My
the king
husband
can't
teaching
move
me
like
how
the
to play
queen
chess.
moves.
Yeah, I mean, we work together, but the queen has to sit back and allow her king to be the king.
Now, what about in a situation where a woman makes more money in a relationship?
That's hard because that's when jealousy starts coming in. That's when, you know what I mean? And that goes back to communicating and prayer.
Mm-hmm.
Because if a woman, you know, if you're solid, you know who you are, you know what you bring to the table. A lot of times money breaks up relationships. Money is the root of all evil. It is.
Well, give
so
me your
everybody's
money.
thinking about the wrong things. Instead of falling back and sitting and saying, let's play chess together. I got you. You got me. Let's go.
But, in a relationship, a lot of times, especially, with so many independent women out there and doing their own thing. And now with an independent woman who's, let's say, a boss, who has their own job, pays their own bills, their own crib, their own car. Now they meet a guy, and it's hard to a woman to, as you would say, submit to a man.
You can't even say the word.
They're already their own boss.
Yeah.
So what happens in that situation?
Listen, I had to go through it. When I met my husband, I was taking care of everything. I took care of my whole family. It was me, right? So now I'm meeting a man that's coming in and he's like intelligent, very smart, self-educated. My husband's a felon, but he turned it all around and he owned his own business, right? And so I wasn't used to that. I was a pop-off, quick with the mouth, smart. But it took a man like him to sit me down, look me in my eyes, and talk to me like I was supposed to be talked to and say, I'm here now. You don't have to do all of that. Pass it over to me and let me take care of it. But it wasn't easy because I had been doing it for so many years.
And it's hard to trust people. You got to trust yourself to handle things and to allow somebody else when we've been doing things a certain way for so long and having to hold it down. Sometimes it is hard to give that up.
Yeah,
but it's good to know that you still can handle things when need be, And Fantasia got married. She knew him for 3 weeks, right?
3 weeks.
3 weeks?
3 weeks.
So what in that 3 weeks said I'm going to marry him for the rest of my life?
Well, I just left New York. I was doing my second Broadway play here. So that whole time I was here for like 7 months and some change, a little over like 8 months here. And I just fasted that whole time and focused on me. I focused strictly on Fantasia. Because I knew I was broken as hell. I knew that I was carrying a lot of stuff. I wanted a relationship, but there's no way I was going to have it with all that baggage. So I needed to sit back and focus on me. While I was doing that, I had a little small list that I told God.
Oh, okay.
Because sometimes I always tell people, like, God knows what he wants for us, but do we know what's best for us?
I wonder how much more we need to listen to.
And I was like, I knew I wanted a man that was going to love me, love my children, love God, be a smart man, cover me, see me, all the things that were on my list.
Children?
He was that. When I met him, I was like, yo, scary. We didn't make love till we married. That was one thing I wanted. I wanted somebody to see me for me, not
there's more?
I mean.
Where did you meet him?
Where did I meet him? As soon as I got back home to Charlotte, downtown. We was hanging out at a little spot, the Hyatt. I think you said you've been before, rooftop spot. And we talked all night long.
All right, I think we got the gist. I think we got the gist.
What is it with you? Like, I ain't never met somebody quite like you. Conversation was good. Never did he ever try to come on to me.
All right. You know what? I'm gonna pause it right here because I feel like we need to talk. All right. So I got the juice. I took notes. So this is what everybody is up in arms about. Oh my gosh, we are so hypocritical. You know what? We really, God, you know what? Oh God. Well, let me ask you this question. Was it her delivery? Because there's a lot of people who have problems. There's more? Oh, there's another one? Somebody quick, email me the link or tell me where I can find so I can listen to the one of her and her husband. Put up the number 1 if you think the problem that people are having or the problem you have is her delivery. Put up the number 2 if you think it's what she said that is the issue. 1 if it was her delivery, 2 if it was actually what her subject matter. All right, so if you think the problem is her delivery. So, all right, so we have 1, 2, 2, 2, 2. So there's a lot of people. Wow. You know what? And then Sandra's going to put up a 0. What is the 0 for? That was not one of the options. So listen. Oh, my God. I'm gonna turn on the phone lines. Somebody let me know where I search for the video of Fantasia and her husband. I want to give a shout out to the young lady who sent me a screenshot on my Facebook page. She was telling me to look into this. So when I went to go look into it, I saw that there was a Breakfast Club thing. Then I started listening to it. That's when I decided to come live. Okay, so Fantasia says that women must submit. So a lot of you are having an issue with her delivery, not so much what it is that she was saying. She's the breadwinner. She's saying that her man was a felon. Did you hear that? God of mercy. So many. Well, you know what she said? He turned his life around. People pay their debt to society and they go forward. But ladies, people are writing to me like I'm going to disagree with her. What is it that you think that we're talking about on this channel? We talk about hypergamy. We talk about men leading. So, there's a part of me that feels like some of you just want men to be your wallets. There was somebody who commented on my video the other day. She was like, and it may be one of you who are on here right now, but she basically said that she doesn't want a man, and I don't even remember what video this is on, that men come to her and say that they want a woman who's ambitious, and she's like, next, she cut them off because she doesn't want a man who cares about her ambition. And then there was somebody else who was like, just shut up and pay the bills like a man is supposed to. And I'm like, ladies, we really need to get it together. I think that there are so many of us that are so bifracted and so all over the place that we don't really know what it will take for us to be happy, for us to feel fulfilled. Yes. Oh God, how do I start this? I'm going to just say yes. I personally believe that man is the head of the household. I personally believe that a man thrives best when he is in the position of leader of that household. And women thrive best when they are able to rest in their femininity and allow him to lead. What is it that you want? You want to be there co-leading as well? It's like, ladies. Oh God. When it comes to submitting, first of all, the word submission is not a dirty word. You have to find a man who is adept. Find a man who is capable. Find a man that you trust, who is capable, adept, and who you trust to be able to guide and lead you and the family where you want to be. Not a man who's going to be abusive, not a man who's a bumbling idiot, not a man who you have to correct. It's like if you find a man who is good at what it is that he does, and he's knowledgeable, he's wise, he's kind, and he is skilled and capable, you allow that man to lead. I don't understand. What is the issue? I'm confused because people are like, oh, Fantasia has always been desperate. She says that she used to pop off at the mouth. She says she used to pop off at the mouth, that she was this independent woman who was doing everything because she has this money. She was taking care of her family. From what it is that I remember, she had some tremendous deaths in her family a few years back, like people being murdered and stuff. And I'm confused. The way that you all were making it sound, writing to me in an emergency, like she said something that was wrong. So great message, wrong messenger. Well, I don't know Fantasia as a person. So I don't know what is going on with the messenger in that case, right? So desperate for a man that they don't realize that these men brainwash them, and it started from the Bible. Okay, well, you know what? Listen, she was talking a lot of biblical stuff in there, so that's not my thing. You know what I'm saying? However, she was talking about them being equals. She said that they're equal. She's the neck and he's the head. And that so many women feel like they got to stand up and be strong. and that she had to learn how to submit. She said that her man came and spoke to her in the way that she needed to be spoken to. And she says that he sat her down and was like, listen, I'm here now. You don't have to do all of this on your own. You know, being the head of household, being the mother and the father in the household, and being all of this, it depletes you of your feminine energy. If you're going to rest in your feminine, you're going to rest in your feminine. It's like being on a plane. And it's like you on the red eye plane, the lights are off on the plane, and you have the ability to coast through the sky, sit back and relax and enjoy. Or you could be up there at the captain's door, like, what's going on in there? What's happening? You know what you're doing in there? It's like you have to, it's like you can't do both at the same time. You can't rest in your feminine and be in your masculine at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Give me the thing with Fantasia and her husband. Let me search for that so we can listen to that now. Let's see. I want to see if I can find it. But I want to get okay, so where is it? Where is it? I can't find it from my YouTube search. Fantasia and her man talks about people on social media being insecure. That was 5 months ago. Oh, so I see she's been problematic. So then she done found herself a little bit of a man, and now they done got married, and now all of a sudden she's talking about why other people can't get a man. Is that what it is? Go to daytime. See, but the thing is, I don't want to watch. I want to watch just the interview. I just want to see the interview. I don't want all of the other stuff that comes along with seeing the interview inside somebody else's video. So where can I find just the interview? Is it on Instagram? I'm going to do a Google search. Wow, Fantasia and husband. So listen, I agree with Fantasia. Facebook, it's on Facebook. Okay, let's see. That mugshot of him I don't know about all of that. All right, so it's on Facebook. Can somebody send me the link to it? What I'm going to do is, Fantasia was on her Facebook and she had her husband on. Somebody please send me the link to it. What Facebook page is it on? I'm going to turn on the phone lines. I want to hear your point of view. Who wants to call in? If you want to call in, put up the number 3. And I'll turn on the phone lines, because if you don't want to call in, then there's no need for me to turn it on. So we listened to the Breakfast Club one already. Okay, so there's a bunch of people that want to call in. All right, so I'm going to turn on the phone lines. But can somebody email me? Go to my website, TonyaTKO.com, click on contact, and then paste the link. We listened to the Breakfast Club one already. Paste the link for the Facebook thing with Fantasia, because I want to hear what our issues are with what she said. So I'm getting ready to turn on the phone lines right now. And the crazy part about it is, if it was a man who was saying all of this, you all would have eaten it up. Oh, look at what he said. And you all would have been fainting in your moistness. You'd have been like, oh, that's the key right there. That's the key. Oh, that's how you got to do it. Speak, preach. Oh, you can't be a man. Listen, let a man be a man. You know what? They thrive in that position. And then you get a chance to, you send it to me on Instagram. I can't check my Instagram my phone is recording me right now. Can you send it to me on my website? Go to TonyaTKO.com/contact, because my phone is recording. I can't go into there and be playing it from there. I gotta play it from my computer. All right, so phone lines are open right now, 323-488-3149. I want to hear your thoughts about what was the controversy. Where's the controversy here? I don't see the controversy. And somebody's saying, if you're really smart, you would convince him he's leading. Listen, shh, don't let the cat out the bag. Of course, you know you got to top from the bottom. Hey, you're on the air live with Tonya. What's up?
Hey, Tonya. So this is Miss Chaffee, the one that said you need to see the husband's response to all the backlash. basically, like, they were just explaining what they meant. He owns his own business now. He's the breadwinner. You know what I mean? They, I guess within that 3-week period, they took out however much time they felt like they needed. But he did not want to play games with her and, you know, go around about and do all this and all that. And so they got married now.
Okay.
Here's everyone's issue when it's her stating that you should be submissive. Yet, because she's been talking all this trash for years, you know, but she was a broken person, like she's been saying. So for her to now have, like she said, he sat her down and was like, look, you know, I mean, this is what we could have together. This is what we could do. But you have to be able to let go of the hurt, let go of the pain, and then we can move on. I was there, you know what I mean? I think every woman has been in that place in life, and we've all been like, oh, you know what I mean? Somebody is not going to come in and change, you know, especially if I'm running the house. And we've all been taught it as kids. If our parents were single moms, as my mom was, we were taught that we got to be strong and, you know, we don't need a man and this and that. So then when you grow up and you actually find somebody that is able to be that leader, you don't really know how to go, you know what I mean? You're going to do this, or you don't really know how to go along with it. But you can't just let anyone lead. You can't let someone come in and not know where they're going and then you're following them.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of women are like in an uproar because they don't have that experience. They don't really have that person that has their head on, that knows where they're going, and that knows how to maintain a household or even keep stuff together or even keep their mind on right to the point where, you know, life just actually falls into place, because I'm not saying it's perfect, but to the point where I don't have to freak out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because when it comes to it, I can be like, oh my God, this will do it. And then he's like, you know what, this is what we're going to do about that.
Okay.
You know, and that's what, okay, you know, but before that, for years, even in my first marriage, I was the head. I was the bill payer. I was the paymaster, whatever it is you want to call it. And that was because before I was married, I was her. I was 3 jobs, you know, I had 3 jobs. I was doing everything. I was taking care of, I had no kids, but I was taking care of other people's kids because they couldn't. So I'm very reluctant to let someone come in and even change. And I feel like I
right. So then what was the difference? What was the difference between the first marriage and the second marriage?
Okay, so I'm not the first one, it was a person, I was 23, he was 18. Before I had been taking care of myself since I was 14. So I put my foot on his neck and was like, I'm doing this. I got this. You know what I mean?
Right. Did you end up getting married again? What did you change? What's different?
The second time I was 30. And by then I had learned like some different things. The difference with that was I was no longer ready to be someone's just, I'm gonna take care of you. I was ready to just be someone's equal. I wanted to be in a space where I didn't have to worry about everything all alone. And even before, you know, we got to that point, when he came in my life, he was there already. He was military, you know, veteran, and he was.
Okay, all right. So you know what? Listen, because somebody just sent me the video, so I want to take a look at the video. So I'm gonna let you go. Thank you for being the first call and calling in and giving your point of view. All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Thank you. All right. So listen, we're gonna listen to the Fantasia and husband thing. I thought you guys said that it was on Facebook, because somebody sent me a link. Hold off on the calls right now, because I want to listen to the thing. You're on the air live. What's up?
Hi, Tonya, Sandra.
Hey, Sandra Brammy.
Yes.
Hi, what's going on?
Good, good. Can you hear me well?
I can. So talk really quick. I'm going to give you a minute or two just to say what it is you need to say because I want to listen to the next video.
Okay, cool. I was calling because there was a comment. I think you said ambition. That was me.
Oh,
I wanted to
okay.
mention really quickly about because that takes a long conversation, but basically my experience with ambition was as soon as somebody would ask me, hey, or we'd be talking, the guy would say, I'm looking for somebody with ambition. And then as soon as he would say ambition, what would follow is that he was looking for something 50-50.
Oh.
And I think for me, I usually get scared when I hear somebody say that because I'm like, oh, okay, we're not doing 50-50.
I see. So you interpret ambition as 50-50. Okay, listen.
Not he, but I think I've had 2 to 3 experiences where after they mention, I'm looking for a woman with ambition, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm ambitious. But as soon as that would follow, they would be asking for a 50-50 relationship financially. So to me, I think I'm just kind of scared of that word because I am ambitious, but I don't want to be taken advantage of either, so I'm looking for a provider, protector, someone generous. So I think I'm just weary of that. That's
see.
it.
And what are your thoughts about submitting?
If the man is a provider, a protector, I see nothing wrong with submitting to someone that you truly respect. If it's a man that you have vetted and you feel comfortable spiritually, emotionally, physically with this man, I have no problem with submitting. It's a pleasure.
Okay. Well, let me let you jump off because I want to hear the Fantasia.
Okay.
All right. Thanks for calling in and clearing that up.
All right, knockout. Okay, bye, guys.
Bye. Okay, so let's listen. So is the Fantasia interview on Instagram or is it on Facebook? So we're going to play this right now. All right. They ain't looking good in this video. Anyway, but I'm going to play it. Look.
Felt like the male and the female should hear. So
here's the issue. Submission is supposed to be a beautiful song and dance between 2 lovers. What's happened is men have abused that power. Forgive me, they've abused that gift. And we have been misled to think that it's something where it's a dominant spirit and we own every decision, we dictate everything, we rule with an iron fist.
What happened?
First of all, that's not love. What happens is
perspective that I felt like the male and the female should hear. So
here's the issue. Submission is supposed to be a beautiful song and dance between 2 lovers. What's happened is men have abused that power. Forgive me, they've abused that gift. And we have been misled to think that it's something where it's a dominant spirit and we own every decision, we dictate everything, we rule with an iron fist. First of all, that's not love. What happens is
perspective that I felt like the male.
All right.
And the female
So apparently
hear,
this is just a 60-second video. Where's the video? Did anybody email me the longer video from Facebook? Because I want to hear that. So thank you to Yolanda for sending that to me from Instagram. Thank you to Snickle. Snickle sent me the one from the Breakfast Club, but we heard that one already. So where's the Facebook one? No one has sent it to me yet. And Facebook does not have a good search feature, but I'm going to search for Fantasia and husband on Facebook. I don't know what's going to come up, but I'm going to try. So if you, look, Fantasia and her husband speaking on wives. Here we go. Oh, but this is on Caliber. Let's see. But it's a 6-minute video. Let's see. Because, oh, wow. Fantasia, thick. Her man is carrying her. Look at Fantasia and her thick thighs while her man is carrying her. The pictures. Oh, look. Can you see that? Go, Fanny. All right. We see you, girl. We see you. But he looked like he's struggling, though. Look at his face. Look at his face. His face looked like, oh, God help. God help me. All right. So let's go forward. He just listen, his face is like his whole body language. He does not look comfortable. Look, I just look. Let me turn this off so you can see. Hold on. Do you see? Look at his. He does not look like he got it together. He's like, oh, help me, Jesus, help me. All right. So let's go forward. Let's go forward. All right. So let's see. I see a 6-minute video. So let's take a look at this 6-minute video and see. It says 6 minutes, 14 seconds. Let's see. Fantasia and husband on the science of submission. This man, yeah, I do not find him alluring or appealing or attractive. I just, that ain't for me. But more power to her. Oh, my battery. I got to plug in my thing. As you see, my computer's having some issues. All right. So here's the Fantasia and husband video. And then we're going to take some calls after that. Because I want to, somebody thinks, so Nia, you think he's good looking? Nia says he can get it. Get what?
Okay. So, we talk a lot. I just got home. He just got home. We were in New York for Fashion Week, and then he had to fly out to go speak at the prisons, and I had to continue to keep working. So I went up to the Breakfast Club, and I enjoyed it, and
Proud of you too.
hey, babe, we were just wrapping it up and talking, and I was speaking. Yeah. So when I got back home, he had kind of said something that piggybacked off what I was saying, and I thought it was so dope coming from the male.
Oops, I done messed up. Now remember that video of Potable Ray? Hold on, I gotta come back. Listen, something happened. Something happened, and I clicked on something. Let me try to get back to the Fantasia video. Lord have mercy. Let's see. I'm sorry. You remember that step kick? Potable Ray. I don't know what show that was from, but it was from some show where the guy was trying to prove he wasn't drunk. He's like, kick, step, twist, and dot, do, kick, Potable Ray. And then at the end, he was like, oh, I don't know, I'm drunk. It was funny. It was fuzzy. It was funny. All right, so I'm trying to read the comments and do all of this stuff, but there's a lot going on. So there's people who think that man is, he ain't my speed. I ain't, talking about he could get it. Just, I don't know. I feel like she thinks he's the prize. Who knows what they think? If you find a good man, what's wrong with thinking that your man is a prize? Unless you mean the prize and she is not the prize. Where is the video? You know, with these touch things, they go so. Okay, so here we go. We're back.
Okay. So, we
Let me see if I can make it full
talk a lot.
screen.
I just got home. He just got home. We were in New York for Fashion Week, and then he had to fly out to go speak at the prisons, and I had to continue to keep working. So I went up to the Breakfast Club, and I enjoyed it, and
Proud of you too.
hey, babe,
Proud of you
we
too.
were just wrapping it up and talking, and I was speaking. Yeah.
Lady
So
T
when I
thinks
got
he's
back
good
home,
looking as
he
well.
had kind of said something that piggybacked off what I was saying, and I thought it was so dope coming from the male perspective that I felt like the male and the female should hear. So
Here's the issue. Submission is supposed to be a beautiful song and dance between two others. What's happened is men have abused that power. Forgive me, they've abused that gift. And we have been misled to think that it's something where it's a dominant spirit and we own every decision, we dictate everything, we rule with an iron fist. First of all, that's not love. What happens is, in my marriage, let me not speak for everybody, my marriage, I submit daily to the Most High. I stay in my scriptures. I continue to feed myself with things that help me build my character, to reshape my perspective that was messed up in the streets and dealing with different propaganda and programming and things like that, so that I can come to my wife from a pure position. So when I do that and she sees me and she witnesses over time that it's an authentic demonstration, her heart is moved and softened and compelled to submit to me. What does that look like? That doesn't mean that I dictate every decision. I don't walk around the house saying what we're going to spend, how we're going to do it. We talk and we build. And I consider everything that's on her heart, her perspective, her position, her philosophy. I'll carefully weed that into my philosophy to figure out what's the best move for this family, keeping all of that in mind. Now, the moment I start to step outside of righteousness and I start to move from a place of emotion instead of analytics, she has every right to snatch that back, because submission is a gift. When she sees me laying at the foot of the Father, she has no reason to withhold that from me. The problem is this: men are not found in positions of leadership handling it with integrity. How you gonna lead your wife if you can't balance a checkbook? If you don't know what's going on in the stock market? You don't have a sound understanding of the finances. You can't create a budget. You don't understand what's going on in the educational system in your community that's impacting your kids. In order to lead, you gotta be so far ahead of your family that by the time they come to you with a situation or a problem, you've already dived into it, done your due diligence so that you can give leadership. You don't lead from your genitals. You lead from a gentle place of understanding. And the more she trusts, the more she can let go of things that she don't have to deal with and focus on the things that edify her. It ain't about money. We both hustlers. It's not about a dollar for dollar thing, because we're one unit. If I fall, she falls. If she falls, I fall. Submission is solely about trust.
I think when women hear the word submission, we're like, what? Submitting. With my husband, like he said, to piggyback off what he just said, it was what he demonstrated. You know what I mean? Like, he didn't come in and say, all right, like he said, the budget is this for that, this and the third. I watched how he did things. I watched how he budgeted. I watched him. And then I slowly became him. And I submitted him. Yeah, now I think I'm more frugal than him. And that's not even being like, gotta be frugal because we don't have it. It's just being smart. And the word, if you dig deep in the word with your partner, you'll start to see a lot of things that we're talking about. But yeah, I like that he broke that down, because I'm a very strong woman. I like what I like. I'm very strong. But when it comes to allowing him to cover and lead this home, I sit back and allow him to do that, and it makes me better. Wow, that like.
Lead by example.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you want your wife to be humble, walk in humility. If you want your wife to forgive you, be quick to forgive. If you want your wife to consider, following you down a specific path, prove to her that you got the blueprint and that she's not following you to some unknown destination. My wife don't have to follow anything that she don't see me demonstrating. So master the thing before you go out and try to teach it. It's like sometimes you see cats, as soon as they get a book and they read something, they start running, trying to teach people on it, but you haven't applied it and gone through the proving grounds of being able to master that information yourself. So leadership is a forward-thinking thing. And when you do that, women's natural instinct is going to be to trust, to be able to submit their hearts. But again, this ain't a dominant thing. No. And I want my wife cold as me, because if something ever happens to me, she don't like having that conversation. Say that. If something ever happens to me, she need to know how to get that bag. She need to understand where the money's at. She need to know how to ask the right
Excuse me?
I ain't telling you to ask nobody nothing. You tell them what belongs to you. She can't do that if I'm controlling everything. So my wife needs to be a direct female reflection of the man that I am. Facts.
Come on now.
You come on.
I always said the wise woman once told me, the older women used to tell me, stop, boy.
Well,
The woman is the neck and the man is the head. And without the neck, the head can't move.
Two heads is just a head, but see how that works.
So
People
yeah.
are annoying.
And I'm gonna end it with this. We ain't perfect, and we ain't trying to be perfect. We're still growing. And we just want to share that with all those out there that's still growing and want.
And get clarity. Don't be trying to twist my wife's words up at the end of the day, because I'm proud of her for standing.
They try to do that?
And whatever to them. At the end of the day, we want to make sure there's clarity to what she said and the understanding, and be able to hear the force behind what she is saying, so it don't get tangled and twisted. It ain't for everybody. Do your thing. But for women out there who truly desire that, and men who want to step up to the call, we just want to take time out, make sure we bring clarity.
Okay, is this almost over? Is this almost done?
And watch how God bless. Straight like that.
I hope okay, it's done. Oh God, that can end soon enough. I don't know why I found that irritating. I don't know why, but I found it irritating. I'm gonna open back up the phone lines, and I'm gonna take your calls. All right, phone lines are open again. I found that annoying. That irritated my spirit. There was just something about it. What is it with these women? First of all, if you look at body language experts, messing with your hair is a sign of sexual frustration. What is it? Remember when we watched John Gray and his wife, and she was over there, and now here we got another one with this? Oh, God. All right. You're on the air live. What's your name? Oh, we ain't got no volume. Let me make sure my Facebook page is closed, because it looks like we've lost the volume to the Facebook page. Here, hold on. Give me just 1 second. I'm sorry. All right, it should be coming on. All right, here. What's your name?
Brianna Lee.
Oh, it's a little loud. Go ahead. Brianna Lee?
Yes.
All right.
I go by Brianna Michelle Lee on YouTube.
Okay, Brianna, talk to me. I felt like I need to be dushed after watching that mess.
I want to kind of tell my story in because I did the whole submitting thing. I was engaged to my
Hold on. In an effort of time, I need you to be very concise with your story, okay? So please tell
That's what I'm going to do.
Okay. So go ahead. Tell your story in 2 minutes or under so that we can discuss. Go ahead.
My fiance and I were together 6 years ago. And I submitted to him. I did everything that a fiance and a wife was supposed to do. He burned me and went out, had 2 sets of twins on me, and he basically screwed me. So 50-50 doesn't exist with me in a relationship. It's all or nothing.
Hold on, I'm confused. I'm confused. Hold on. So you said you submitted or you were doing 50-50? Because those are two very different things. Because got you submitted to 50-50.
Basically, what happened in the end was I ended up getting engaged to him, and I submitted everything that a fiance and a wife was supposed to do.
Was it 50-50?
He burned me on that.
Hold on, Mama. Was it 50-50?
No. In the beginning it was, but then when we got engaged, I went ahead and trusted him. I went ahead and trusted him, and he burned that cup.
Hold on. It sounds like you're saying you were in a 50-50 situation with a man. I need you to turn down your computer. Hold on, Mama. Oh, God. I have to put you on mute, babe, because there's an echo coming through your phone. So I need you to turn down the computer and just talk through the phone, okay? I'm going to take you off of mute, but I need us to be on the same page, okay? All right.
My computer is off.
Okay, because I was hearing some feedback. So listen, I still hear the feedback. So we're just going to keep going forward. What it sounds like you're saying is you were in a 50-50 situation with a man. You all decided to get engaged, and then you decided to submit to a man who had you in a 50-50 position, and then you allowed him to take control. Is that true?
Yes.
What was it that he demonstrated from the 50-50 situation that made you feel that he was the man to trust?
Basically, what he did was he made me feel secure in a way to where I was comfortable with what went on, because at the end of the day, things were to a point to where I put everything that I had in him. I had moved in with him at this point. So I had nowhere else to go.
When you say that you put everything into him, what do you mean by that?
I gave him everything that he could ever dream of.
Like what? What are you talking about?
I basically gave him my mind, my body, and my soul, and he burned every single opportunity that he ever had with me. I'll never trust a man again.
Okay.
Never will I ever trust a man again.
All right. Well, that is your prophecy. You say you'll never trust a man again, and I believe you. So that's your prophecy. You're creating the prophecy right there. So your prophecy will come true. Where was
But that's
your
all
where
I
was
had.
so where was your money? Were you not working?
No, I wasn't working at the time. He was driving 18-wheelers. He drove truck.
Okay, and so I'm confused. What was it that he did that made you trust him and feel so secure? What was it?
Basically, what he did was he came down here. He talked to my father man to man.
Uh-huh.
And my father entrusted him with my life.
Okay. So he had a conversation with your father. That's what made you decide to entrust all inside of him?
Yes. When he came down here man to man and had a conversation with my father.
Okay. So
and as long as you taking care of me mentally, financially, and you're not showing signs of being abusive, which is what he did when we got engaged. That's what he did when we got engaged, which is why I said I would never trust a man again.
Hold on, but I'm confused as to where your savings, where was your savings? Where was your money? Why did you decide to stop working?
I didn't start working until I turned 23 years old. I got my first job at 23. I was a college student.
Hold on, Mama. Hold on. Let's rewind. When you met him, were you working?
No, I was a college student.
Okay, so you were a college student going 50-50 with him, but you weren't working? Where were you getting the money for the 50-50 from?
My parents gave me an allowance of $200 every month.
How many years ago was this? Like you were 23 then. How many years ago was this?
I was engaged in 2012. So 6 years ago.
So you're 29 now is what you're telling me?
I'm 26.
6 years ago you were 23?
When I met him.
Oh, I see.
I was 18 when I met him.
And how old was he?
Wait a minute. No, I was 20 when I met him. I'm sorry.
And how old was he?
I was 20 when 18.
He was 18?
But he had CDLs, so he drove truck.
So let me...
he went and got his CDLs and drove truck.
Okay. Let me ask you, so see, there's a lot of different things going on, and I really don't want to try to coach you on the phone right now. So I'm just going to say this, right? 18 is very young. You were inexperienced. You were just getting out there into the world. You really didn't know the signs to look for in what makes a man worth submitting to. So you said that this man was 18 as well. So you both were the same age?
I was 20 when I met him. He was 18.
So he was younger than you?
Yes.
All right. Well, listen, you were very young. You have a lot of life left inside of you, and you are going to grow in wisdom and knowledge and figure out what it is that you are going to need to look for in a grown man. 18 years old, you're talking about 5 years before that he was 13. That's what we're talking about right here. We're talking about 5 years before he was 13. He was a child. You were a child. You both were very, very young. You have a lot of life left inside of you to be saying that you will never trust a man ever again. You know, you have to figure out what it is that you want. If you want that situation to be a lesson of, oh, I will never trust again, then that will be what your lesson is. If you want that to be the lesson that you take away from that, then that will be your lesson. All right. However, you have to think about what is it that's going to make you happy in your life? What is going to make you feel fulfilled? And if you feel that you will be fulfilled by never trusting a man again, never letting your guard down and doing everything, if you think that is going to be what will fulfill you, then more power to you. Do that and enjoy. Okay, Ma? Thank you so much for calling in.
Thank you.
All right. So let's talk. Phone lines are open. Phone lines are open. So we just finished watching. So we've had a very robust conversation here this evening. We saw the Breakfast Club. We saw the follow-up video. We're getting phone calls in. You are on the air live with Tonya. What's your name?
Yes, I'm Laniqua Gervais.
Hi, Laniqua Gervais. What is your comment this evening?
First of all, I'm a married woman, and I'm listening to all these stories being called in and all these comments, and I'm just like, what in the world? I agree with Fantasia and her husband both that submission is supposed to be something between a woman and a man. When you get married, you have to submit to your wife, and the husband submits to his wife, and the wife submits to her husband, because you got to give up the things that you were doing as single couples. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't do the same thing that you were doing single now that you're married. That's what they mean by submitting to the person. Not so much as, him taking control of you or you taking control of him. It's about you giving up the things that you did when you were single, now that you're in a relationship, a committed relationship, marriage.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have a problem submitting to my husband and letting him be the head of the household as far as, like, paying the bills, me paying some, him paying some, you know what I'm saying, or him paying all the bills and making all the decisions, you know what I'm saying. I make some decisions, he makes some decisions, but it should be a together thing. It's not about they were trying to say that one person is bigger than the other person. They're saying if you work together as a couple, then your relationship is going to last better. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So as a married woman, I've been married to my husband for 5 years, and for me, I can honestly say I submitted to him and he submitted to me, and that's what's helped us stay together for as long as we've been together. You know what I'm saying? We compromise. We talk about everything, finances. You know what I'm saying? We both bring money to the table, and pretty much our relationship is pretty much 50-50. I pay half the bills, he pay half of the bills. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes my money is my money, sometimes his money is his money, and sometimes my money is his money and his money is my money, but we're both doing it together. It's not like one person is over the other person.
Okay. All right. Well, I don't really see how in a situation where a couple is going 50-50, I don't really see how any person would be above the other if you both are coming in neck and neck.
I agree with that, but I also heard a lot of people talking about breadwinners. You know what I'm saying? Ultimately, my husband is the breadwinner because he makes more money than me, but I still pay bills just like he pays bills. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I say it's a 50-50 thing. But if I wanted to take my money and do what I wanted to do with it, I have that option. I just don't choose to put it all off on my husband.
Okay. Well, listen, I hear what you're saying. However, the follow-up, because I know what people in the audience are going to say, because people in the audience are going to ask, how can you submit to a person where you both are going 50-50? So it's like, who is going to be the leader when both of you are coming and digging down in your purse and paying your way and they paying their way?
That's the thing I'm trying to make y'all understand. Everybody is caught up on the word submission. And if you listen to the video, she said that in the video. Her husband said that. Everybody is caught up on the word submission. They're not saying submit is in, okay, one person is paying more than the other. They're saying submit is in saying that I don't have to do everything by myself anymore. I have someone else here that can help me. You know what I'm saying? Black women in general are normally the ones that feel like they need to be so head of the household, do everything, take care of the kids, because most of the time that's the way they was raised up. They was raised in a broken home with the mother doing everything, being the mother and the father. You know what I'm saying? That's based on facts. I was raised in a household where my mother was a mother and a father. But even though I was raised like that, doesn't make me feel like that a man can't come in and do his part. And
let me ask you this question. You all have children? You and your husband have children?
You said, do I have children?
You and your husband, do you have children?
Yes, I have 2 boys.
You and your husband, do you both have children together?
Yes, we have 2 boys.
Okay. And so when it comes to, so you carried these children, you birthed these children. How old are the children now?
My oldest boy is 4 years old and my youngest one is 3.
Oh my gosh, you did stair step, girl. More power to you. You got 2 under 4. Woo! All right. So listen, how is the housework distributed? Who is doing the housework? Who is doing the caring for the children?
We both do it. It's not a 50-50 is not about who when you say 50-50, it's we're both equally doing it. Both parents are taking care of the child. Head of household, when you submit, and that don't mean that one parent takes care of the child and the other one don't do nothing. We both make the kids together. It takes 2 children to make a baby. So both parents take care of the child equally. Me and my husband equally clean our house together. You take one room, I take one room. You know what I'm saying? My kids, they're 3 and 4, but they pick up behind themselves. We teach them now at 3 and 4 to pick up their stuff behind themselves. They clean up as well. It's a family unit thing. It's about working together. Nobody is doing more than the other.
Okay. All right. What time?
I've watched some of your episodes.
What time do you come home? What time do you come home from work, Mama? What time do you come home from work?
What time does my husband come home from work?
No, what time do you come home from work?
I don't work. I'm a stay-at-home mom. I draw disability, if you really want to be honest, because I'm partially blind.
Okay. All right. So you're a stay-at-home.
So I do have income. I just don't work outside the home.
I wasn't even asking about your income. I was just asking what time you come home from work, what time your husband come home from work. But then you say that you're a stay-at-home mother.
Comes home from work at 11 o'clock at night.
Your husband comes home from work at 11 o'clock at night.
Hmm? He works from 3 to 11.
And your children are in school?
They're 3 and 4. No, my children are not in school.
They're not in school yet? Oh, so they're at home with you all day?
Yes.
Okay. All right. And your children are home with you all day, 2 children. So you had 2 under 2, right? And you say that your husband and you both have equal care of the children, but your husband doesn't come home until they're in bed. So it's like all of the cooking of the dinner, all of that stuff happening during the day, all of that caretaking you're doing. And then if you're paying half of the bills, you're taking the lion's share if you're still paying half of the bills, because somebody was calculating how much a stay-at-home mother earns in terms of exertion in taking care of the children. Like they were saying that a stay-at-home mother, that her job as being a stay-at-home mother is worth $50,000 a year per child. So it's like your stay-at-homeness has a value. It has a value. So you were saying, I cut you off, you were saying that you watched some of my videos. It sounded like you wanted to give me your 2 cents on some of my videos that you've watched. Go ahead. I'm listening.
I didn't want to give you any 2 cents on your videos. I was just saying that I watched some of your videos, and this is one that I actually got to charm in and actually be able to comment and call in. Because all your other ones, I usually catch them right after you've already gone off the air, and I couldn't chime in and say anything. So I was glad that I got a chance to actually chime in.
I'm glad you got the chance to chime in too.
About my family.
Yeah.
What you just said about my family, my husband, his hours that he works, he does have time to spend time with his children. He wakes up with them in the morning. He cooks them breakfast. He spends time with them in the morning. I can sleep in. You know what I'm saying? We make things work. He don't work, days that he don't work, he has the kids all the time. You know what I'm saying? Days that he's off, he has the children, so I can have rest and I can relax. again, we work together on everything. And I understand what you're saying about, stay-at-home moms, they do more and this, that, and the other. I didn't say that. I'm not sitting here trying to make it seem like my husband does less or I do more, because honestly and truthfully, I don't do more and he doesn't do less. We both do equally our parts in this household when it comes down to our children, the income, everything. You know what I'm saying? It's equally shared amongst both of us, whether you can see it or anybody else can see it. And I'm sitting here and I'm looking at everybody's comments telling you to hang up on me and all this stuff. That's why there's so many single people out here, because they're so busy trying to judge somebody on the way they live and what they're saying. Just like everybody has a comment on what Fantasia and her husband said. That's because they're miserable and they ain't got nobody. That's basically what it is. If you had somebody in your life and you loved them and you had everything going on good, you wouldn't be chiming in saying negative stuff about what her and her husband said, because what her and her husband said was based on facts. Because I'm a married woman who's been married 5 years, and I'm doing that right now. And to be honest with you, yeah, I do have something to say to you.
I'm sure you do.
I be looking at you sometimes. You
sure
be on
you
here
do.
and you be having these facial expressions and you be looking like, oh my God, like people are killing you. If you don't like what nobody has to say out their mouth, you don't have to watch it. You don't have to do this. I don't even know why you even have this page up making comments on people's lives. You ain't got nobody in your damn life. How you gonna make comments on somebody else's life if you ain't got nobody in your own life?
She going off. Go off, girl. Oh,
yes,
go ahead.
Going off because you always
ahead.
Yeah, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. You everything is oh my God. You're calling oh my God. Call oh my God on something that needs to be oh my God on it for.
That's right.
You
Go off,
like
girl. Go off.
Petty.
Talk to Tanya. Go give Tanya your 2 cents.
Petty.
Go ahead. Go ahead, girl. I mean, apparently there's a lot of pent up stuff inside of you. Go ahead. You got it all off your chest now, mama.
Yeah, I did. I got it all off my chest.
All right.
I sure did.
All right. You feel better?
And you have a nice night.
I'm asking you a question. You feel better?
I do feel better. I feel a lot better. A whole lot better. That was the whole purpose of me calling in. So what I had to say and tell you about yourself.
So
that's exactly why I called in.
So what you're saying is that before you called, there was a feeling that you were feeling inside that was troubling you and gyrating on the inside. And that when you called in and you had the chance to open up your mouth and begin to scream, that then you felt better because then you could tell me about myself, right? So now you're saying that you feel better, right? So obviously you were feeling worse before you called in. And then now after you spoke your piece, you feel better.
No, honestly, I wasn't feeling bad. I was feeling really good. I was having a great night. You know what I'm saying? I have a great day every day. You know what I'm saying? I'm just glad that I actually finally got a chance to actually tell you about how I feel about your videos before I quit viewing your videos, because every time videos, you make me sick to my stomach because you're like, oh my God, you're so dramatic, you're over the fucking top, you know what I'm saying? You're just so over this and over that, over everything that somebody says or does. That's the one video that really sickened me when you did that video with the girl in the club that got raped. You just was so overboard with that. I was just like, oh my God, like I wanted to call in so many times and just tell you about yourself. I can't even believe that you still even have a show, because I don't even know why people even watch you, because you're just so over the top.
Right.
And you're just dumb. You're dumb. You just, some of your shit you say is stupid.
Okay, so let me ask you this question, right? Before you called in here, I went looking for you, right? I'm the one who called you, and I'm the one who had you come on to my broadcast, find the phone number, and then dial to call in. I'm the one, right? I went looking for you. I advertised my content to you. Huh? You picked up a newspaper and saw me in there. I paid money for you to find my stuff. Huh? Is this what you're saying? Huh?
No, you didn't. I could care less.
All right then.
No,
So the fact of the matter is, you view my content voluntarily. and you watch so much of my content. That Jasmine Island situation was in January. We are now here in the 10th month of the year. You've been watching my content for 10 months religiously, hoping and wishing that you could call in and being such a huge fan of my content. Being such a huge fan of my content that you know when I'm going live, you got the phone number, you reaching out, you calling, you reading the comments. Then now all of a sudden, because you put your life and your situation on display, and you see that 2 and 2 is not making 4, because in your household, 50 and 50 plus 70-10 is not equaling 1 and 1. And then now all of a sudden, when you see the mirror of what's being held back up to you, you start fibrillating on the phone, because when I first asked you to speak out about how it is that you feel, all of a sudden you were like, I love your content so much. Then a few moments later, you flip and you like, oh, I hate your content. I'm leaving your content. When Tonya ain't never went looking for you to come to my content. You're on my phone lines. Wherever it is that you are in the United States, it is somewhere between 8 and 11 8 p.m. and 11 p.m. somewhere out there. So look, oh, no wonder you're trying to rush off the phone, because hubby coming home soon, huh? Hubby coming home soon, huh? It's 11 p.m. You better get ready. Hubby coming home. Listen, you're gonna have to hurry, run, come off the phone, because hubby coming home soon, right? And you're gonna have to be able to go gather up them coins so that you can be able to bring forth your 50%. Since you spend all day with the children and then still have to come gather your coins to come together and bring the 50% for his bills. And you think that that's adding up. This is why you on the phone hollering into the night. Listen, I understand. Having a child that is 3 years old is very stressful. With the terroristic 3s, they say the 2s are terrible, but then you got the terroristic 3s. And I understand it's very frustrating. And you know, when a woman is not able to rest in her feminine, of course she's going to be angry. You said you felt better after you started screaming. That's because you felt worse. You don't understand this, how it goes. In order for something to be better or feel better, it had to have felt worse before that. So then you felt better now that you done screamed. And listen, I have respect for you and your situation. You know, you said that you're going through some stuff over there. So we will allow you to continue on, because apparently all of that frustration and the angers that you're feeling over there is a bit much. It's a bit much. So we'll let you go. Hopefully hubby can calm you down, because apparently after a full day with the children, you up at 11 p.m. angry, hollering into the night. Anyway, have a good evening. Phone lines are open. Phone lines are open, 323-488-3149. You can call in. Apparently, there's a lot to talk about now. Listen. Listen. Oh God, listen. I understand. You know, we got lots of angers out there, lots of angers. All right, you were on the air live with Tonya. What's your name?
Agent 79. Oh my
Woo, Lord, boys and girls, Lord of mercy.
Okay. Thanks for taking my call.
Yes, you were on the air live. I heard from your exhale when you first came on that you was going through it. So my dear, you were on the air live. Woo, Man, so go forward. What's your comment here this evening? You said your name is Blasian79.
Blasian79, yes.
All right. So Blasian, go ahead.
So the reason I just needed to chime in, I've kind of been dealing with this all day, like very consumed by this.
Mm-hmm.
And what I've realized is, yes, me myself personally have the word submission, because for the meaning of submission means to yield to a superior. And so that is my problem. Now, I would have appreciated it more if she said, reverencing your man or revering your man. And then just the point that she made about that's why women don't have a man. And she knows that there's a lot of reasons why women aren't able to, and it's not because of submission. It might be something when it comes down to societal issues of beauty. You may not be what certain men are looking for, just considering the media and their norms of beauty. It could be their sexual preferences. It could be something that the woman has gone through. Maybe they're involved with raising their children. It's not only because she's not submitting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So go ahead. Because it sounds like you're saying that if she would have used, have reverence for your man instead of the word submit, as well as look at a wide array of different reasons that people choose to remain single or are relegated to being single, or are just not matched up in a union which feels right for them. So go ahead. That's what it sounds like you're saying. Is that correct?
Correct.
All right.
Because God forbid she would have used her own advice in her failed relationships in the past.
What do you mean?
So has she submitted to the relationships that she was in the past? Where would she be at?
Oh, okay. Yeah. You're talking about Fantasia.
Again, I think that her wording and her generalization of women, I think it was a little turbulent, because now women who might even look up to her might feel like, well, Dad, let me submit to this person, and the person might not even mean them any good.
Okay, so you feel like there was not. Yeah, so you feel like there was not enough instruction about what type of man could be submitted to. You feel like it was just left kind of open-ended, like just submit.
I think she would have done better just talking about her own experiences instead of making it as if it's ironclad is why women of today can't find a man.
Okay, all right.
And yes, and like I said, and not to mention, I'm trying to figure, because I've watched the video of her and her husband, and I appreciate his explanation versus hers.
Okay.
But then I also found a video where it showed her past relationships, and it showed that she was.
The thing cut off right at the juicy part. What? It showed what? Oh, Lord. Let me try to see if I can get you back. Hold on. That thing sure did cut off. Hold on. It just brought you back on. You said that you saw a video of her past relationships and it showed what?
There's a video on YouTube, and it shows Fantasia's past dating relationships.
What does it show?
I would have to send it to you because I'm not sure exactly what it's called. What's so funny is somebody sent it to my post from Facebook.
Oh.
And it shows how when she began with her first child's father until now.
Really?
So it shows.
Was that a chronicle or a Paris Milan? Because I know Paris be going all into people's, like she was born on a farm in Kentucky in 19.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't one of them. It was just okay.
Uh-uh.
You know what?
It was strictly about her relationship.
I need you to find this video and send it to me. Go to TonyaTKO.com/contact and send this video to me because I want to see it. Because you know what? You're right. She's in a relationship. She's married now, but she has children from prior relationships. So apparently, you know, things were, I don't know. Who knows what happened in the past? Who knows?
Just to add in,
Mhm.
just to even add in, Tonya. So it shows from her first baby father, it shows everything in between. It shows even when she was dealing with the married man, she was sued by the man's wife. She ended up having a baby by that same man.
What?
Then it showed her talking about how she married herself. Then it talked about how she met this man, married him in 3 weeks at the courthouse. Then they broke up. This man now that she asked God for, they ended up breaking up. And then they got back together and had a ceremony.
Oh,
So my whole
Lord.
question is, at this time, did she submit to her man, or did she submit to her loneliness and yearning to have someone love her?
Ooh, child. Listen.
So this is my problem.
Listen. Girl, I need you to send me. Do you have this link, girl? I need to see this.
I've got to get it, and I need to get the actual address so I can see you.
Yeah, you know what? Just go to TonyaTKO.com/contact and send me the link, child, because I need to see this. She was dating a married man. She married herself. She married this man in 3 weeks. They broke up, then had a ceremony. The wife the adulterer sued her and all. Now she talking about why other people ain't got no man.
Alienation of affection. For alienation of affection, the wife sued her.
Listen, girl, this is too hot. Too hot. So listen, I appreciate you calling in. People love the call. I'm going to let you get off the line because there are other people who are calling in right now. I appreciate you coming and saving your girl. Thank you for saving me.
You are so welcome. Thank you for taking my call.
All right then. Good night. Woo-wee, boys and girls. Did you all hear that? That sound messy, Fantasia. Sound messy. All right. So we have heard some stuff now about Fanny. Who knows what to think? So hold on. The sad truth. The video is called "The Sad Truth About Fantasia's Dating History." Child, I'm gonna have to listen to that. You were on the air live with Tonya. What's your name?
This is Carla.
Hi, Carla. What's going on?
Hey, I know this is just completely off topic, but I really about your book, but I want to know, do you have an audio?
No, because it's an affirmations book where you need to actually physically write the affirmations. So I created it. If you would like audio, I do have MP3s on my website, hypnotherapeutic MP3s, but for this book, and this is a wonderful segue to talk about the book. So this is the book of affirmation self-love right here, and it's a physical book because actually workbook pages that you need to write in physically with your hands. So you need to do that right as you're waking up or right before you go to sleep. And that's what rewrites your subconscious programming. So get the book. It's a petite book that you can carry with you, keep by your nightstand, and write your affirmations. Get the physical book.
Okay.
Why don't you want to get the physical book, Carla?
Well, because I have an issue with like reading, and that's what I kind of need help with.
Okay. So you have you have dyslexia or something like that?
No, it's like, so as I was a child, I was like abused by my mother.
Mm-hmm.
And She used to homeschool me, and when she homeschooled me, every single word that I got wrong in the book, she used to like hit me for it.
Okay.
So it's just like reading, it kind of like brings back these memories, and it's kind of hard for me just to read a book.
Yeah.
And
well, you know
so
what?
that's why I want
It is.
audio.
Yeah, you know what? How old are you right now?
I'm 30.
Oh, see, you have a long life ahead of you. And there is life after trauma. You have to go get some therapy about the abuse and the trauma that you faced. You know, because of course, anybody in your exact situation with your exact DNA and your exact experiences would feel the exact same way. So it's no wonder you don't want to read certain things, or you have trauma associated with reading because you were traumatized. Get therapy, because there's so many amazing things out there to read. And we've got to release that power and pain that those events have over you so that you can reclaim your life. You know what I mean? So do you have insurance? I think we lost the audio again. Hold on, I'm going to turn it off and turn it back on. Give me just 1 second. It's going to pull back in. Give 1 second. There we go. Do you have insurance?
No, I don't.
Well,
I work 2 jobs. I'm on my own.
okay. Well, you know what? Depending on how much you may qualify for Medicaid, and you can get Medicaid and you can see a therapist with Medicaid, depending on how much it is that you make. Or if you work 2 jobs and you have $100, you can do $100 every 2 weeks to be able to see a therapist and to be able to start working on those things, because it's like all of this stuff is connected. You start seeing a therapist, then you start making more money, you start losing weight, all of these things start falling into place. Your life starts coming together. So really, really, really start working on how you can get yourself a therapist. Okay, Ma?
Okay, thank you so much. And I love your show. You're such a beautiful person.
You're so sweet. Thank you so much. You have a good evening.
You too.
All right. All right. So we're going to take a few more calls. This has been a riveting, oh my goodness, it's been a riveting night tonight. This has been one of my favorite shows so far. This has been one of my favorite shows. Phone lines are open, 323-488-3149. Phone lines are open. You can call in. We're talking about Fantasia. So we started out watching. Go ahead and thumbs up the video. There's about 300 people on this broadcast right now. Go ahead and thumbs up the video. I'm sorry. I'm still laughing because we've had an amazing night filled with so much love and energy and characters this evening. People who are at all different angles of the spectrum of love and self-love. All right. So you are on the air live with Tonya. What's your name?
Hey, Tonya, Carla. Not the Carla before. This is the Carla doing all right in life, okay?
So we got 2 Carlas back to back. So go ahead, Carla. What is your comment?
Listen, this is what I want to say. Here's the truth. Back to the topic at hand, but this is what I wanted to say. Here's the truth of the matter. I feel like a lot of people don't want to be honest and say the reason why do they always bring up the topic of submission with Black women anytime they're talking about.
Girl, your phone is breaking up. It's breaking up. Go ahead. Let's hear this. Go ahead.
I'm saying, every time they do the dark-skinned Black celebrity in there, they want to talk about how you should submit to a man. We better talk about her music and what she's doing. Don't worry about how she's going to submit. And they trying to set her up for drama. You feel me?
Really?
They're trying to
How?
set her up.
How? How are they trying to set her up?
Because I feel like it's always a topic that comes up with us. It's like when I'm watching different things, I'm like, why do they always bring this topic up? How you feel about a relationship? How you feel about this? And I'm like, why y'all always ask this? Because you know what she's going to say. You know what she's going to say. And it's like, we don't care. Talk about
interesting. So you feel like it was a setup talking about relationships from the get-go.
Yes. It was a setup. And listen, it really was a setup because when you watch the interview, they wasn't really trying to get into what she was doing, how she was moving. They brought up all these same old what's that word? When it's something that somebody always brings up, repetitive kind of cliche topics. It's like, listen, give us something, some new energy. And you can have the interview with that. I'm like, I don't want to hear the same thing. Like, who cares?
Oh, got you. But apparently it was a hot talking point because their video had like 500,000 views, plus the people talking about it.
Yeah, because Tanya, they realized that with a lot of black women, and I hate to say it, let me keep it a buck, with a lot of black women, that's all they think about is relationships and with men, especially women over the age of 35. I'm realizing they be going out bad sometimes. I hear Tanya, I'm not lying. I worked with a woman who was 45. She had a boyfriend, had a fly baby, and me at 30 was trying to counsel this woman on how not to let this man tear apart her life. And I was like, you're an older black woman. You should be schooling me. But y'all crackheads for men, for real, crackheads.
Oh my goodness. Y'all gonna let her talk about you like that? She said black women are crackheads for men.
No, I'm not saying all, but if we all be honest and we sat together and be honest, it comes up to much. I can meet a woman and I trust me, Tanya, within maybe an hour of meeting her, men are going to come up, relationships are going to come up. It's like we don't talk about nothing else. We don't get into nothing else. And that's what they talk about her music, and the next thing you know, why don't black women meet clean men? Why don't women, they don't be asking nobody else these stupid questions at all.
They did not ask her. They didn't ask her nothing about submission. She brought that up. But then listen. You know what I found fascinating? What I found fascinating and what I find really, really fascinating, I actually believe what it is that you say is true. It's like, it's such a rarity. It's such a rarity to get, like, you already know when a black woman has a man. You go to her Facebook page and her wedding photo is the banner of the page, or her profile picture. You know what I'm saying? It's like you don't have to wait a few moments. It's like, but not all, but I would say the vast majority of black women who are married, and then it seems like there is such a, you know how it's like, you know, when you're fasting, so like when you so like when you're fasting from food, or you're having a financial fast, it's like the first thing that you do is you start gorging, because you're like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like I've been withheld. Yeah, it's like I've been.
Let me
go ahead.
Let me talk to the lady who came in trying to check you on something. You know, I'm so tired of women when they get husbands and going through whatever they're going through, want to come in and make another woman feel bad about being single. And we keep it a buck. I come from a two-parent household. My parents are Jamaican, right? I'm used to marriage. I'm used to people being married a long time. But I've seen some mess. I've seen some drama. I've lived some drama. Let's not act like being married is the end all be all, because a lot of y'all should be single, okay? If you're working double as hard as a married woman and what a single parent woman would do, you're not winning. So stop texting on some marriage, okay? Checking on everything else but a marriage, because you know what it takes. And it's like, it takes hard work. Why should it take all that hard work? You're supposed to be winning. It's supposed to be two of y'all, but it's harder. You need to sit down, okay? The next time you talk to Tanya, you need to talk with some respect, okay? Because you get checked too, for real.
Yeah,
that's love.
You're so funny. But you know what? The thing about it is that, remember, we talked about this, the whole person with a penis. You know, it's like people are just so happy to have a person.
It's sickening. With a penis. Because women not feel the same. They don't. They think women are easily replaceable and easily manipulated. But we would die about them. Are y'all crazy? Y'all don't love y'all kids half as much as y'all love these men. I learned about your husband before I learned about your kids. You sick, and I mean it.
You know what? People are saying that your phone is low. It does sound a little muffled for me, but I was hoping other people could hear you.
Oh, well, I'm sorry about that, because people speaking, I'm going to be too loud. But the gist of what I'm saying is, Listen, Fantasia's a whole fool to be up here talking to my husband like that. I'm not trying to be funny, but I'm like, Fantasia, what about your kids? You don't even know who your kids is. I don't care about what your husband is. He's a felon. He owed back child support. Allegedly.
What? Hold on. Her husband owed back child support, allegedly.
Girl, he need to submit to the law and pay that child support. Submit to the law.
You know something? This girl over here got jokes. She got jokes. She said the man need to submit to the law. He needs to submit to the law.
You have to learn to talk about God. These people will pimp God out. Stop pimping God out. God is not backing our foolishness. He ain't backing it at all. He ain't backing that.
Wow.
No.
I need to learn some more about this. The man, you know what? Listen. But you know what the thing about it is, and I'm going to be honest, since we're keeping it 100, right?
Mm-hmm.
In a few, I said, what was it? 2012, right?
Mm-hmm.
I thought, well, I met the man that I thought I was going to, well, I met him before 2012, but in 2012, I thought that this was going to be the relationship that I would have for, I thought that, I thought we were going towards the forever type of situation, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I would have been one of those women too. I would have been just like them, like my husband, because you know, it's that feeling that you have when you feel that lack for so long, and then you finally get validated because you know, it's like when you go to an Easter egg hunt. And there's like the golden egg that everybody's trying to catch. You're gonna want to show off this golden egg or the golden ticket at the Willy Wonka chocolate factory because it's so goddamn rare. But this is what I'm saying. You know, this is really embarrassing for Black people.
For real.
That marriage is so rare, that good men are so rare that we have to be up there waving our Willy Wonka ticket in front of everybody.
For real. And here's the thing. A lot of y'all got diabetes and y'all crying over chocolate. That's what I'm talking about. A lot of y'all got diabetes, can't handle the sugar, but y'all crying over chocolate.
What you talking about?
Don't mean y'all no good. And don't mean y'all no good. Let's just be honest. It don't mean them no good. And I don't know why we act like they're the end all be all. I'm sorry. I'm not hating men or nothing.
What diabetes got to do with this? You need to make this analogy come full circle. What did diabetes come in at?
When you said it's like winning the Willy Wonka ticket, because you know they were trying to get that chocolate, you know, the candy. But I'm trying to say, y'all got that, y'all be sick, y'all got diabetes, y'all don't need this candy that y'all swear means so much. These men, you got diabetes, y'all don't need to be having that. Eat salad.
So you're
take
saying
a break. You understand what I'm saying? Take a break.
Okay. So you're saying some of these toxic relationships.
You know what I'm saying?
Got you. So some of these toxic relationships were not good for them, but they so hard fighting for the toxic relationship. But the golden ticket is a good man, isn't he? Or is it just any man that's willing to marry you?
But listen, people want that girl. What happened to that girl when she ate all that thing? She turned that fat girl. Then she get real big and start rolling. That be Black woman eating all that. All this for
you know something?
They roll y'all out the factory.
You running out now. You running out. You so silly. You are so silly.
Listen,
yes.
But honestly, this is said with love, but for real, I really want to, why is this such a big topic? We talk about submission like every quarter. We always talk about submission. And Black people need a stronger command of the English language. Submission has a different definition than trust, has a different definition than leadership. Use the right words. Their spellings. Use the right words.
Okay. All right. So, but you know what? And then also, let's say this, and then we're gonna get off the phone, right? Why is it such a big thing? Because I don't really hear other women and men talking about submission. Is it because Black women are so strong, or because Black men are so weak? Which one is it? Why is that? Why is submission such? Why? How is that funny? I'm not even joking. I'm serious.
I'm laughing because I read somewhere where they said that submission is very patriarchal, and most men of different races, because they can command the what's the word? They can command the submission of their women because of what they built. Black men have not really built like they built, so they try to command it within their families. So they're not trying to lead, they're just trying to lord. And that's the truth. And I can feel that. They just want to lord. They don't want us to submit to them so they can lead us. They want to submit to be damn slumlord millionaires. Okay? They want to be slumlords. That's all.
How interesting. Did you all hear that? That's very interesting. So they don't want to lead, they want to lord because they've been fasting for power for so long. Interesting. You know what? I'm going to have to pontificate on that. Carla, thank you for calling in.
Always love you, girl. Later.
Love you too. All right. And if there's anybody out there who, listen, so many of you calling in, you love the show. If there's somebody out there who's watching, who's been watching my show for 9, 10 months, 2 years. How you gonna watch a show for 9 months, 10 years, talking about you don't like the show? Listen. You know what? Oh God, how many of you watched the Black Lady sketch comedy show where Robin Thede was like, Mary, Mary, hey? Her impression was so spot on. When I first saw it, I was like, wait a minute, is that Jackie? But I was like, no, that can't be, because Jackie is older. She was so spot on. Mary. All right, phone lines are open. We're gonna take one or two more phone calls, and then we're gonna jump out of here, because this has been a dynamic evening. Lord have mercy. We done went through the gamut. We done went over the mountain, into the valley, the canyons, and up through the sea on this show here tonight. So phone lines are open, 323-488-3149. Boys and girls, let me tell you all about my book. So Carla called in a little while ago talking about the book of Affirmation Self-Love. So this is actually a physical book that has the affirmations that help me rise out of... Hold on. You're on the air live with Tonya. What's your name?
Hi, Tonya. It's Liz. How are you tonight?
Hi, Liz. Hold on for just 1 second while I talk about my book. Do you have my book yet?
No, I haven't gotten it yet, but I'm ready.
Okay. So this book is available on Amazon. When you buy it on Amazon, they're shipping Prime. When you buy it on my website, I autograph it for you. But it takes a little longer to get there. So in the description of the video is the link to the book. Those are the affirmations that I use to rewrite my subconscious mind to rise out of the hardest time of my life when I was living in my car and rise into prosperity. So Liz, go ahead. What is your comment this evening?
First of all, I need to apologize to you for that woman. She got mad because you were calling her out the kids and all that. So
yeah,
we won't speak about her anymore. But
I felt that breaking point. I felt it because when 1 and 1 was not adding up, that's when the snap happened. But I understand it. But go ahead.
Exactly. So I was with my kid's father for 26 years, high school sweetheart. And I'm Caribbean like you. Everyone in my family is married. And it was a give and take always. I got him a good Clark County job. And I was pregnant, so I paid majority of the bills. But when it came time for me not working, he said I was holding him back because of the kids, and he left me. Last year, Tonya, he tried to come back. Oh, I want to be back with you because I make over $100,000. Do you know this man? I've had a stroke. He said he wanted to be back with me, Tonya, and so $20,000 because he put me on child support and the court system was too slow. What I think what people with the submission thing is, the real word is compromise with each other. But in my philosophy, you always need to put money aside. I don't care how long you've been with someone, even if it's just a couple of dollars to treat yourself. You can have a bank account for the marriage or relationship, but always have money for yourself.
You said he stole $20,000 from you?
Yeah, it was heartbreaking. And when he finally told me what it was, he said it's because I make more money from her.
He put you on
More
child
money than him.
support, even though you have custody of the children?
I had custody. They had to interview my kids. Because I had the stroke so young, they misdiagnosed it. And he had temporary custody. And then as soon as I got out, it was 30 days in the hospital. He had him, but I took him from day one, and they never fixed that in court. And since I do home nursing, and I work for 6 companies, they were taking $800 from every 6 company. So it was very upsetting.
Oh, I'm sorry
But
that
I got
happened
that
to you.
cleared up, and now he has to pay it back, but he doesn't make money like I do, so I might get that in 20 years from now.
I got you.
But I think with Fantasia, I think just like Nicki Minaj, they're getting all these jailbirds that are woken. Fantasia is very traumatized from childhood. I think she needs to fix on herself for a while.
Oh, wow. How interesting.
That's my opinion.
Well, but you know what? It seems like the man she has is a step up above Nicki Minaj man, because what business does Nicki Minaj man have?
Nothing.
Yeah,
Nothing.
exactly.
So,
Exactly.
I'm sorry, I'm worked up. That lady just pissed me off. I've been trying to call you. I was like, I gotta tell her about herself, but it's done and over with.
You know what? Let's do this. Let's send some loving vibration out to the caller that was upset. Let's send some loving vibration out to both Carlas that called in. Send some loving vibration out to you. Send some loving vibration out to everyone who is watching this. Because you know what? We're all going through something. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
it's all good. I don't take it personally. This is how having a strong foundation of self-love, how it makes all the difference in the world. You know what I mean? Because I know
And your
that
platform is nothing but encouraging. And her talking about me being single has been the best gift I could give myself. I've gotten spiritual, you learn so much by being alone.
or with yourself. Yeah, I feel you on that. So thank you so much for calling in.
Thank you, Tanya. You have a great evening.
You too. All right. So I see that there's someone else from a 202 area code that's been trying to get through. So come on and call in now. The phone lines are open. We'll take that call. So send some loving vibration out to everybody who, because you know what? I'll say this. I have never met a person who wasn't going through something or haven't just went through something or was getting ready to go through something major. So all of you out there who are watching, you're going through something. And so, it's like, this is what I'm saying. So, it's like, I have a lot of people who are audience members on Facebook who invest their time in talking about all the things that it is that they don't like about me or my platform or this, that, and the other, blah, 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 right? And it's like people really take for granted that, each one of us is on a journey. And at any given time, we are all going through something. Let me ask you all out there in the audience. If you're going through something right now, put up the number 5. If you're going through some trying times, if things are difficult for you, if there's stuff that's going on that it's not, that that you're worried about, put up the number 5. So look, so we have 5, 5, 5. If everything is perfect and peaches and cream in your life, put up the 0. If you have no worries, no nothing, everything is smooth sailing, put up the 0. So look, so like we got all of these 5s coming through, right? And then so we have one person put up a 0. And so this is what I'm saying. So we have another 0 coming up, and then 5, 5, and then 0. 0 on my wish list. So here, so this is what I'm saying. Is that at any given time, so many of us are going through something. You know what I mean? So it's like you never really know what people are going through. Like the person that you're directing your ire at, You don't really know what it is that they're going through, but I know for sure the person who is directing their ire is going through some stuff. I know that for sure, because people who are jubilous and feeling jubilation, they don't try to tear other people down. You know what I mean? When you're in a good mood.
Oh?
Hi, you're on the air live with Tonya. What's your name?
Tonya, you call me back.
I see you was trying to get through and through and through. A lot of phone calls came through from you. So I just wanted to
My God, yeah, because I had a whole story to tell. And that lady was getting on my nerves, the one from earlier.
just send her some love and release her, because apparently she's going through something. Let me ask you all a question out there. When you're in a good mood and your heart is overflowing with love and happiness, do you attempt to spread that love and happiness, that you just want to spread rainbows everywhere? Or do you want to attack people and try to tear people down? Which one is it, A or B? When you're feeling really good, are you trying to spread happiness, or are you trying to tear other people down, tell them about themselves and tell people off? You know what I mean?
Definitely an A for me.
Exactly.
Well,
so go ahead.
Thank you for calling me back. I did have a few things I wanted to say, because number one, I actually was in Charlotte when Fantasia was going through her whole fiascos, and the person I'm about to speak to, he actually knows her and her family really well. But that's besides the point. The person that I'm speaking of is my daughter's father, and I was definitely like a victim of being a pygmeisha, okay? I was definitely a pygmeisha. This was 10 years ago, so I was in a 6-year relationship with him, and I was 25 when I had my daughter. This was back in 2009. And basically with the relationship with him, I did the whole 50-50 thing. You know, this was my first like serious relationship, and how I was raised personally. I watched my parents, who were both six-figure income, people. They both were 50 on their money. I never saw my father and my mother do anything, in excess. Like, they both were 50-50. So that's what I thought it was supposed to be, right?
Mm-hmm.
Until I was not able to sit in my entire feminine, and I got real angry.
Mm-hmm.
I got real resentful real quick.
Mm-hmm.
And what I realized was that, the 50-50 thing is not where it's at. And even from me resenting him and staying in the relationship, because obviously I had a child with him, I also took on the responsibility of raising his first daughter, which was crazy. And I still love her. I love her to this day. So it really doesn't take anything from the situation. The point is that I understood, obviously, when it was too late, once I got an engagement ring and I found out he cheated on me. By that time, I was fully done. I was fully done with the situation, because I was going 50-50. He wasn't pulling his weight. I was doing most of the work because I was raising the kids, obviously. And guess what? I got cheated on, So it's just perfect pick-me situation. And he was also a thug. He's a dude from the street. And that's the kind of dudes that I liked. I like the bad boys. And, that's how we are when we're young. We love the bad boys. And, he was that. I don't want to put his business out there. I didn't say no names, right? Okay.
No.
But anyways, he was in the streets doing his thing. I don't want to put him out there like that. But he was in the streets doing his thing. And so, my whole point is that after leaving him, turning 30, and then having my spiritual awakening over the past 4 years, and really just waking up to a lot of things that aren't right. And this is just how I feel, my personal opinion. But how I feel like things just aren't taught to us women. We're so defeminized. We're so masculated by this patriarchy. This the man's world, right? This is a man's world. The whole Jesus thing. Sorry for y'all religious people out there, but the whole Bible thing with the God being a man, and Jesus and this man, it's man. And where's the woman come in? Oh, she came out the side of Adam. She came off his rib, right? We just get the rib. We get the bone. I don't want the bone, sis. I want the whole meal. Okay. So I want the whole damn meal, all right? So with that being said, I have finally realized that 50-50 ain't where it's at. I need him to pay all these bills, okay? Because I bring nothing to the table but this beautiful smile, these batten lashes, this nicely done lace frontal weave, all right? Like, that's what I bring to the table. I bring my femininity, and that's enough. That pays enough, times 3. Plus, I'm gonna have your kids. I'm gonna be pregnant. I'm gonna most likely gain weight. I'm still losing weight to this day, okay?
Oh, wow.
Like, you owe me a whole new stomach and $250K because I done put a lot of money into this.
A whole new stomach and $250K? Wow.
I need all of that because I need to get the mommy makeover. But I'm gonna stay in the gym. I'm gonna stay true to this.
Is that how much a mommy makeover costs? $250?
Probably.
You don't even know. It does not cost that
that's what
much.
the meme on Instagram said.
No, because a mommy makeover is breast augmentation, a tummy tuck, and what else? The tummy tuck and breast augmentation. What else is there? And lipo? That's not $250.
Lipo, I think it's 360 lipo because not only do they take the front, but they take around the back as well. So when you get that 360 lipo, it's serious. That surgery is serious. Okay. I've had one major surgery because I had to get my gallbladder removed, and I was like, never again.
Yeah, I know
never
surgeries
again.
are difficult.
That's a whole nother conversation for a whole nother day.
Yeah.
But no, I appreciate you calling me back. Y'all, don't be a pygmeisha, ladies. Like, for real. If you ain't paying, I ain't saying.
So then what is the situation now in your life? So you said that he has to pay all of the bills.
Oh, okay. So actually, no. Oh, I apologize. Let me keep going. So we're actually not together anymore. I left him. I actually left Charlotte completely. And there was another situation going home. There's no situation that made me have to go home. So on top of me finding out that he was cheating, I also was laid off from my job where I was working. And, I was the only one actually working at the time. He was still doing his thing, halfway hustling. But anyways, so basically, I left. I came back home to Maryland, where I am now, here in Maryland. And I took my daughter with me and I raised her. And of course, I moved back home. My parents
but what is the situation? Right. But then the situation. So now you're saying that a man has to pay all of the bills, 100% of the bills.
Oh yes, my level up. Oh, I apologize. Yes, my whole level up has been, like I said, with me having my spiritual awakening, my level up has been real. And not only your channel has helped me, but several other channels on YouTube. And I'm not going to display that obviously because this is your show. But
let the ladies know what other channels can assist them. Please give the information.
Oh, let me drop the tea then. Okay, let me do that. So Shira71, she has been like my saving grace, or a Shira Star Goddess. She has been like my saving grace as far as like getting my confidence back and, getting the tea. Because she's older. She's like, I think she's 40. So she's 5 years older than me. I'm 35 now. But she's married. She has 2 kids. And, she has a few businesses going on. And she's just a true example of someone leveling up and maintaining their own. Because leveling up and being hypergamous, I guess you want to call it, but, and allowing a man to pay bills doesn't mean that you're taking money from him. Or, to say you're taking money from him, obviously, but you're not just depending on him for the money. Because not only am I going to be, I'm a Capricorn, so I have my own businesses on the side. I don't need, anyone to provide for me, but is it nice to receive? Absolutely. Another person I listened to.
People didn't hear the second name. So you said Shira 7, then the second
Shira
one.
7, and she's also called a Shira Star Goddess.
Oh, okay. So you're talking about okay.
Yeah, same person. She has 2 different channels, so you can search either one, and you're gonna find either one.
Okay, and then the next person you said was Chrissy. I love Chrissy. I love my Black female YouTuber. So Chrissy, who else?
Chloe.
Oh, okay. I've seen her videos. I've seen her videos become suggested alongside mine. Go ahead. Who else?
Chloe, and then Aisha C.
I haven't heard of that. Aisha, how do you spell that?
ASHA, and then the letter C.
Okay, hers haven't been suggested to me. All right, and then who else?
I'm trying to go
I
through
mean,
them now.
that's good enough. That's good enough.
Yanni Wright is good too. I like Yanni Wright.
Oh, okay. I don't know if I've seen her stuff because, YouTube recommends stuff. All right. Well, you know what? That's wonderful. And so you said that you feel that a man should pay all of the bills. Why?
Hi. So, as we know, as women, our natural instinct is to allow a man to provide for us. When we think of the persona of a man, we think of someone who, by nature goes out and basically hunts and protects and brings the bacon or brings the money, brings the food back, right? If we want to take it way back in time, brings the food back, brings the kill back for his woman to cook it and provide a nourishing meal for the family.
Right. But then what do you say to men who are like, well, what are you going to bring? If I'm doing all of this, what are you bringing? And you said that you bring your batting eyelashes and your lace front.
Guess what? A man that has to ask me what I'm bringing, he's not the man that I need to be with because he obviously is not aligned with my purpose and my understanding of what his role is when he wants to come to this.
So then let me ask you this question since you've been schooled by so many different women. So what happens with a woman's money? So a man's money pays all of the bills. What happens with a woman's money? What does she do with her money?
Mine is mine. What's yours is mine. What's mine is mine. What's yours is mine. That's what happens to it.
Okay. And then what about women?
My money goes to my kids. Honestly, my money goes to my kids' savings. It goes to a trust fund or some sort of fund that's going to generate money, or maybe starting a business for my children because that's what I'm doing with my daughter now. So no, don't let the pretty face fool you because I actually have a nice brain up there. So I'm definitely going to be putting the money that I make aside for my kids, for my next generation, because this is generational wealth, right?
So then
that's
question, what about women who are now are done with their child rearing years? Why, if she's not going to be raising children, not going to be having children, why does the man foot the bill for everything?
Regardless of the fact, the woman is the family, and as far as her coming in and being a part of his life, it's up to the woman to decide on what man she's going to allow in her space, to provide and protect for her. And so her money goes to her. What's mine is mine, what's yours is mine. It doesn't change. The theory doesn't change.
Okay.
Whether you have children or not. For me, the theory doesn't change. It's still the same. I don't even know if I want to have any more kids. But when I go into another relationship, my next relationship will entail just that. But until then, I'm going to continue to do what I'm doing.
Okay, so question.
Raising my daughter and running my businesses.
So the daughters that you have so you have one daughter or two?
Just one.
Okay, so the daughter that you have would not be the child of the man that you eventually get with. So you're saying that his money would pay for the household and everything, and then your money would be used to take care of a child that was produced outside of that relationship, or to provide trust fund, etc., for the child. If that's what you're saying.
Absolutely. That's why.
I'm listening.
We're a package deal. We come together.
Right. No, I got you. You know,
we come together. She is my blood. I am her blood. We are one.
Listen, as you know, I like to test theories, so I just wanna test your knowledge base and just put you on the pop quiz on the stand here, girl. So listen.
Oh, baby, come on, bring it. Stop fighting. Let's go.
But you know what? It's like we're coming down. We're coming down to the last 50 seconds right now. So I'm gonna let you jump off the phone. I'm gonna give the closing and jump out of here. Thank you so much for calling in.
Real quick,
okay?
Can I just say something?
You have to.
Thank you for the real Black historian. Thank you.
I don't know what that means.
Real Black historian. Remember when you did the story on it?
With the guy with the nail salon?
Oh no, he was the guy that was using the girls on his Instagram, and I wrote to you about it.
Oh, was that you who wrote to me? You know what? Did you follow up? Because we were supposed to really stick it to that guy.
His page was removed. His page was removed, but he started another one.
All right. You know what?
It's all good.
Keep me up to date, okay? Because we did come together.
Got you.
All right then. Thank you.
All right, love you.
I love you too. All right, so now we've crossed over the 2-hour mark. You know, I don't like to broadcast more than 2 hours. So listen, thank you all for coming out. This was one of my favorite shows. And you know what? I don't even know why it was one of my favorite. I think that there was the camaraderie, the energy was just, I don't know, the energy was just really, I feel like the energy was vibrating really high during this broadcast. So I thank you all for coming out and participating in this conversation. We're definitely going to have more conversations. Share my videos, thumbs up, turn on the bell notifications, and I'm going to get out of here before we go to 2 hours and 1 minute. So good night, everybody. Good night. Good night.